following videos. So let us begin the class. Participation of women in sports. For women's participation in sports, we have a look at ancient period. Regarding participation in the first modern Olympic, 1896 Athens, there was no participation of women. Here where we will discuss in detail women participation in the field of sports. As a matter of fact, women participation in sports has a long history. In ancient Olympic, women were not allowed to even watch the sports competition. Even in the first modern Olympic Games, which were held in 1896 in Athens, there was no participation of women. In fact, women started participation in modern Olympic Games from 1900 onwards. Only 22 women participated in that Olympics. In 1904, 6 women participated. Here again participation dropped. And after 100 years in 2000 Sydney Olympic, 4069 women had participated. In 2008 Beijing Olympic, 4637 women participated. In 2012 London Olympic Games, 4862 women participated, whose percentage was more than ever before. In 2016 Rio Olympic, 4700 women participated, which again the participation decreased. Now let's discuss about India. Sports participation of women in India. Several Indian women have participated in the Olympics in the past. 5 women from India have won an Olympic medal, and their names are as follow. In 2000, Karlam Malleshwari was the first woman who won bronze medal in Sydney Olympic from India. In 1984, performance of P.T. Usha was particularly good in athletics. In 2012 London Olympic, Saina Nehwal and MC Mary Kom got bronze medal. Now let's talk about Rio Olympic 2016. In 2016 Rio Olympics, Sakshi Malik won bronze medal, PV Sandhu won silver medal, whereas Deepak Karmakar opened new dimension in gymnastics. Over the past several decades, the participation of women in sports field has increased tremendously. But really, it is a matter of regret for all of us to know that sports is such a field where gender inequality is strongly evident. The next is reason for the low rate of sports participation by women in India. Gender equality and social attitude. In India, gender equality and social attitude is also a problem. Here they will give more importance to the boys, not girls, and the society also supports that. Next is no parental encouragement. In India, from parent side, we are not seeing any encouragement to the girl child. In some rural area, they are not sending the girls for studying. Even sports is an entirely different thing. Next is traditional society. After 70 years of independence, we are still in the traditional society. In our society, girls must stay in house and do the household work, and boys are free, they can go anywhere. Next is less motivation and inspiration. There are a few of sportswomen role models such as P.T. Usha, Karlam Malleshwari, Sania Mirza, Saina Nehwal, Mary Kom, Mithali Raj, P.V. Sandhu, etc. But they are not popularized by TV or other media. In fact, they did not get their due space on TVs as role model. Even proper space is not allocated to the achievement of such women players in various newspapers and magazines. If the number of such apex women sportsperson is increased and they are popularized on TV and other media, then the participation of women in the field of sports will enhance. So that's why women are not getting their motivation and inspiration. Next is lack of plans and initiative of sports women by government. The government also not taking initiative to uplift the standard of sports among women. They are not making any policy to encourage the women to participate in sports. The next is male dominant culture. As a culture of sports is perceived to be male dominant, some women seem to be hesitate to take part in sport activities. Next is less availability of women coaches. Less number of women coaches in India is also one of the reasons of less participation of women in sports. If the number of women coaches is enhanced, there will be definitely an increase in women participation in sports and games. As a matter of fact, women may feel comfortable in that company of female coaches and they will take part in sports wholeheartedly without any hesitation. No independent games ready for women. There is a lack of proper access to facility provided to women in the field of sports. Facilities in terms of equipment, training, coaching, etc. are not usually provided to women as done in case of men. Hence the participation remains low. The next is economic factor. Some of the sports are very costly. For playing these sports, they must purchase the equipment and dress. Parents are not ready to spend their money on it. That's why economic factor also one of the factor of the less participation of women in sports. Next is social custom and rites. India is a country where we have a lot of social custom, rituals and rites. According to the society, some of the society did not permit women to play sports. Lack of self-confidence. Owing to social pressure, women tend to have less self-confidence in comparison to men. Indeed, self-confidence is also linked to sports competitions. Lack of time. Majority of women usually have less leisure time than men because they take on greater responsibility of household work. Some of them have full-time job to run a living. Therefore, due to lack of time, they do not have participate in such activities. Next is less competition. Compared to the men, women have very less number of tournament. So they will get less chance to participate in the competition. So that is one of the reason of less participation of women in India. Women constraining other women. Even in sports area, women also do not want that other women should come out and taste the success. Women those who are role model, they are not taking proper steps for not giving guidance other women to take part in sports. So here are some steps to improve women participation in sports and games. The motivation and inspiration to women for participation. We have to motivate and inspire the woman so she can take part in the sports. Support from family and parents. Family and parents should provide the support. To organize camp, seminar and workshop. To provide knowledge and media coverage. Educating women at grassroots level for participation. Provide better infrastructure and facilities. Ensuring safety and security of women. This is the main reason some of the parents are not setting their child out because of the security and safety reason. More opportunity for competitions. Change in attitude and perception at village level. Employment and career, we have to provide the employment and career also. Designing and implementing government policies. So here are some important questions from this topic. Please try to solve it. Now let us see what we have studied. Sports participation of women. We have studied the sports participation of women in all the Olympics. Sports participation of women in India. So how Indian women participated in the sports, that also we have studied. Reason for the low rate of sports participation by women in India. What is the reason? Reason also we studied in this topic. And last, important question. We also studied the important question. With this, we came to end of our topic. So let me remind you once again, if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please subscribe it for further videos. Thank you so much for joining with me.